Hi guys, welcome back to the part 3 of this tutorial series on becoming a full stack mobile developer with Flutter Serverpod. In today's series, we'll be going through Serverpod authentication, that is giving the user the ability to sign in, register, and also forget password with the help of Serverpod authentication package that is made available to the public. So follow through the tutorial, make sure you follow every step. In case you are yet to set up Serverpod in your environment, check out the installation and setup video in the description below, and also for the introduction to know what Serverpod is all about and how you can make the best of it here. You should also support this YouTube channel by subscribing. Make sure you drop an honest comment and also like the video, and join the Discord server to get your question answered and also to join the growing community. Alright, let's get straight into it. So first thing first, I'll be creating a Serverpod project. So I'll just open up my terminal. So a Serverpod project. So let me just play this, then I'll get to document. Serverpod create fintech _ to do. So this will take a few seconds to create the project. So we'll be going through the documentation just to set up everything. So it is pretty straightforward, so please follow to the end. Make sure you watch the video to the very end to get everything that needs to be done for everything to work as it ought to. So the installation the project is done setting up. So the next thing now is just to open this project on our VS Code or any other code editor you are using. I'm making it on VS Code, so just navigate to the project, then alright, so we have our project folder here now. So we have the client Flutter and server app live here. So the first thing is, according to the documentation, you can read there. So Serverpod comes with built-in user management and authentication with different modules that Serverpod provides. So we have the O2 authentication, Google signing, Apple signing, but for today we'll just be doing the email and password. So for the Google and Apple, I'll refer you to the documentation for you to know how to set it up and get it up and running. So the next thing is first off to add Serverpod auth server to the server folder. So you can just copy this and run it in your server folder. So remember that we have three folders. We have the client, we have the Flutter, and we have the server. So I'll just open up my VS Code terminal here. Remember that you need to navigate to the server folder. So that is cd fintech _ to do _server. I'm gonna clear my terminal, then run up that pop add server. So that we add a new package to this our server project. Also, in case the adding of new package increase the version and is greater than this, ensure that the version is the same as the Serverpod version itself. Ensure the version is the same. The Serverpod version and the Serverpod on server is the same, so as to avoid issue in the long run. So once we have that set up, then we have access to the Serverpod on server, so we can make use of the on handler in our server file. So I'll just copy this as well, then move to the server folder, server file. Then inside this Serverpod argument, then I can use the Serverpod handler here. So make sure for this we have to import the package we just installed, which is the Serverpod handler. So let me just copy the package here. So Serverpod handler, then so once we have that set up, we already have everything set up already. So the next thing now, this is optional, add a nickname for the modulo in generator, just to have a nickname. So instead of having as aunt here, he already has a nickname with the aunt keyword, so we can either set it up. So let's just do this. So let's just navigate to the generator.yaml file. So just come to screen, then generated. Just come to config. So the config folder is here, then generator, then paste. So we have this one set up. This is not compulsory. So the next thing now is to run Serverpod generate, since we already make change to our server project. So the server project needs to generate all the configuration that we just did. So we need to run the Serverpod generate command. Alright, so we have that running already. So to start the database container from server project, we have to just run docker compose up build and detach. So I'll just do that here now. Serverpod. Alright, keep in mind that you have to have your Docker application up and running before you can run the command. So I will just kickstart Docker. So just give it a few seconds. So now I can run the command again. So it will start the server, and you can see that everything created and started running perfectly. So if you open Docker now, you can see the project here, fintech to do. You can see that it's up and running already. So the next thing now is to then apply the migration by starting the server with apply migration. So this one we apply all the necessary migration and also run the that project. So just copy that run bin/main.dat to apply the necessary migration. Then we are good to go. Alright, so moving on, the next thing now is configuring the authentication. So Serverpod module comes with a default authentication configuration. So to customize it, we can just go to the server.dat, where we configure the aunt handler here. So we'll just use that, and to set up how to customize the authentication model. So you can just copy this. So aunt.config. So down below, just paste this here. So aunt.config.set. So we have minimum password length. There's a lot of parameters here, so you can check it out and add the necessary one for your project. So you can as well check the documentation to see the explanation for each of the parameters. So that is that about the server. So the next thing is the client setup. So we are done with the server setup already. So the next thing is the client setup, and for the client setup we are just adding a package, and the package is Serverpod aunt client, the same way we add Serverpod aunt server. So for the client as well, we are adding Serverpod aunt client. So just navigate, make sure in your terminal you are on the client server. So I'll just navigate to the home directory, then cv fintech _to_do _client, then that pop add Serverpod aunt client. So just press enter for it to add. So if you check pop.spec, you can see that the package has been added already. Again, make sure the version is the same as the Serverpod version itself. So we are done with the client setup. So now the next thing is the app setup. So first add dependency to your spec, where Postspec, that's the Flutter project. So to add that, we are adding this package on shared Flutter. So I'll just copy this so I can run the command on my terminal. So I will navigate again to the home directory, then fintech _to do _flutter. So to add that package, I'll just run flutter pop add, then paste the package name. So if you check the Flutter project, the package is successfully, this is Serverpod all shared Flutter. So we have the package added already. So I'll just clear my terminal again. So that's that about that. So now in our Flutter project, next you need to set up a session manager. So the session manager is what helps us to manage all the user state, the authentication state of the user. So this keeps track of the user state. It also handles authentication keys passed to the client from the server, upload user profile image, and so on and so forth. So the first thing is to create like a session manager class and make use of it throughout the lifetime of our app. So I will just, to save time, I will just copy this, then explain. So in our main.dat, just copied it. In our main.dat in our Flutter project, just come here. Then let me try and clear some of these comments. So I'll just add late session manager. So I'll just say session manager and close this. Then in our main.dat file, I'll just remove everything here, then paste what I copied from flutter.dev. Then remember that you have to mark these functions as asynchronous. Then make sure that my app is called as well. So I think we are good to go. So run app, sorry. So you can import session manager. So just import session manager to have it live and direct. Alright, so now we set up the Flutter widget binding to ensure everything is called. So the next thing now is the IP address. You can see on a read device, you have to replace the IP address with the IP address of your computer to make sure it actually takes effect on the device. So now, since we already set up a default IP address which is localhost, so this is what the URL is like. So if the IP address is not changed, then it will be http localhost 8080. So if it is changed, then 8080. So this is just like the default localhost, which is default IP address, which is localhost. So that has been set up already. So we have the authentication key manager and also the Flutter authentication key manager. This is what ensures the authentication. This is what manages the authentication. The user state and everything that has to do with it. So we are done with the setup. So the next thing now is we can now make use of the section manager to check if the user is signed in, if the user is signed out, and all sorts of things. So with that, we are done with the authentication flow. The authentication setup. So everything is done correctly. Now the next thing is just to move to the email and password setup. So now to do that, I'll just come to this email here. So we can now set up email and password authentication. So keep in mind, to properly sign up with email, you must connect your Serverpod to an external server that can handle the emails. For you to send user email, you have to connect to a third-party solution. For example, one of the solution mentioned here is SendGrid, Mandrill, and so on and so forth. So you can choose any and set it up yourself. But for today, we'll just be printing the code in our terminal, just to copy the code, and so we can use it for this test purpose. So now I will just copy the send validation email and send password reset. If you remember, in our server project, we have this minimum password length and other parameter. So other parameter contain what we just copy. So send validation email, and also for this, I will just print the validation image. So that's the validation email. For this, I will print the password reset email as well. So password reset email. So we have everything up and running here already. So that's that for that. So for the client side, we have already installed the Serverpod Auth client. You can just confirm that again. Serverpod Auth client, to ensure everything is working. And for the Flutter side, we have to install one more package so we can have the pre-built sign-in button from Serverpod. So this is the package Serverpod Auth email Flutter. So currently I'm on the Flutter project, so I will just add the package. All right, it's going to take a few seconds. So it's up and running already, so you can check. You can see we have Serverpod on Flutter. So this have a pre-built UI from Serverpod itself, so you don't need to customize the UI again, although there's API for you to customize the UI anyhow you want. You can call the endpoint that signs in, that is used for sign up, for forget password and other functionality if you have a custom UI. But this is just one of the things that we can just use just to test run what we have there. So now for the sign in button, we can just make use of this widget from the Serverpod package. So I've just copied this so we can have access to it. So in my main.dat, I'll clear all this because they are not necessary. So I'll just clear this. These are all boilerplate code generated by Serverpod for the default Serverpod project, so we don't need them anymore. So here now I will just put the button at the center. So I will say center, then children. I will call the Serverpod sign in button. Ensure that you import the email Flutter. So once we have that, we are displaying the sign in button. So this sign in button already have create account, as forget password, as validation code, and everything that has to do with the authentication practice. So let me just print a message here that user sign in, like that, so we can see if the user is signing or not. So the next thing now is, since we are done, we can kickstart our project and see how it works. So first thing first, I will just create another terminal here so we can run the server command here. So I will navigate to fintech _to do _server. So here we can run everything server related, and here we can run everything Flutter related. So in the server folder, the first thing first, since our Docker is already up and running, is just to run the project. So I'll just run that main/main.dat. So this will start the server, and we can see all the logs as well from the server. So let's check. Alright, this is having some issues. So to resolve this issue, I will just run a particular command. So just run docker compose down -v to stop all the server that has been started initially. So since that has been removed, then I can start the server again. So to start the server, I will just run docker compose up -d. So this will start, it will create everything necessary, so we can see that the server is up and running already. Then I can now write I can now run my dat file. So dat bin/main.dat. So this will start the server one more time. So let's give it a few seconds to see if there's no issue. Alright, the issue still persists. I'm trying to check through the issue to see where the issue is coming from. Alright, so I will just apply migration to actually have all the migration set up. So bin/main.dat, then apply migrations. So just give this few seconds. Alright, so we have everything running. So for the Flutter project, I will just run the Flutter project on Chrome as well. So Flutter run device Chrome. So this will take a few seconds. Alright, so we have the Flutter project up and running. So let me just minimize this a little. Then let me navigate to the server terminal so we can see the log. So I'll try and sign up. So you can see with the sign in button that Serverpod provides, this sign in with email button, we already have the button preview here. So this button now have the sign up, I have an account, forget password and everything that is necessary for authentication. So I will just try to sign up to see if everything works fine. So let me just write Samuel, my email TechWithSam@gmail.com, my password. So let me try and sign up. All right, so there's an issue with our setup. So to fix that, now I think we need to apply migration. If you check the log, you can see that there's an issue that is being reported here. So I will just stop the project. I will just terminate the terminal, then restart with apply migration and role as maintainer. So if you navigate back to this setup and you check this particular command, that's run bin with role. So let's copy this again and run this particular command. So once we have this, then we can start the server one more time to see how everything will. Alright, so we have everything working well now. So I will just start the server one more time, and I believe everything should work fine. Then I will also restart the Flutter project. Let me just hit R. So we have this, as you can see down below, you can see the method Serverpod on status get user info and all the queries here. So now I can open the my Flutter project here, the application. So let me try and reduce this size here so you can see the log below. So I will try and sign up again. So let me create a new account, Samuel, then TechWithSam@gmail.com. Then okay, I can see my password. This is a test. Alright, so let me try and sign up. Alright, as you can see in the log, it's saying email already exists, even though I'm yet to create any account with this particular project. So that simply means there's an error happening somewhere. So I will quit this project again and restart from scratch. But before going that route, I will create a listener as stated in this email setup. The listener will listen to. Alright, so the listener will listen to state change and check everything that is happening behind the scene of every method code. So let's just add that. So let me try and let me try and start the server one more time. So that's bin/main.dat. So start. Let me quit the Flutter project and restart as well. Alright, so we have our server up and running already. We just have to give a few seconds for the Flutter project as well to start. Alright, so now we have the Flutter app. So let's try the sign in button one more time. So this is sign up. So let me create a new account, Samuel, then TechWithSam@gmail.com. Just say this is a test here. So try and sign up. Alright, so let me try and use another email to see if it will work. Alright, so this is having the same issue, and if you try logging in, it will say incorrect password, and if you try to forget password, it's saying the verification code has been sent. But if you check our log, we can't find any verification code in our terminal. So now to resolve this, now we'll have to quit everything that has started already, even the server that we have here. So stop everything, then try to restart the server from scratch again, just to make sure it catches all the updates that has been pushed. So in the server terminal, so just run that docker compose upd. So we have that starting the server, then we can now run the that project, the server project, run bin/min.dat. Then next we can now kickstart the Flutter project as well. Flutter run, and then Chrome. Alright, so the server is running. So for the Flutter app, it's going to take a few seconds. Alright, so we have this one more time, so let's give it a try. So sign in, so let's say Samuel, then let me just use TechWithSam@gmail.com. then this is a password. Try and sign up. Okay, now everything is working fine, as you can see. And in our terminal, you can see the send verification email to TechWithSam with the code. This is the code here. So I'll just copy this, come here, then paste the verification code. Let me cancel this. So sign in. So you can see that the app has signed in. So now just some UI tweak. So if you check through the documentation here, you can see that we can check the status if the user is signing or not, like session manager is signing, to check the user signing, even to check the signed user, the data of the signed user. So now just to switch, once a user signing wants to change the screen, so it won't be like the same screen here. So I will just design something simple here now. So I will design let me use stateless widget. So let me say sign in, sign up. Then inside here, just a simple button. So the button will just carry this center widget. So this center widget will just have the sign up button. So let me just copy this straight from here. So let me stop this. So we have the sign up button like this. So this home now will be the dashboard when users sign in. So instead of having the sign up here, I'll just have this instead. So let me change this to column, then say welcome back, welcome to Serverpod. And also we can get the user name, there's also the image URL of the user and every other thing. So first thing first, since we already have two screens now for signing and for the home page, so in this our home, in our my app, I can check if the user is signing or not. So with the session manager, so I can use session manager is signing. So the signing is true. So if it's signing, then my page, and if it's not signing, sign up that we have here. So with this, it will check if the user is signing or not. So if I refresh, let me just refresh this, you would see that the app is on the home page right now. So I will just create the logout button and also just show some user data. Alright, so just quickly we can come to this part of the app. So instead of having the printout here, I will put it on the app bar here. So I'll just say welcome to Serverpod on the app bar. Then here I can now print out the user information. So first thing first, if you check the session manager signed in user, we can get all the data of that user. So for example now I can use session manager dot sign in user. So the sign user have the user info data. So the sign in user, you can see user identifier, blocked, created, ID, scope name, email, full name, image URL, username, and other things. So I'll first use the full name, so it can be none, so we can just make it nullable. So this, you can just put this as well. So if you check our Flutter app, notice I have to refresh. So if you check our Flutter app, you can see, okay, it's returning non-name. I think I have to refresh the app. Oh, I didn't actually put a name, so the full name is empty. So in case if I use the username, it will display the username that I used to sign up. So you can see, sorry, let me restart the app as well. So now you can see the username that I use here. So let me just do a little design. So let me use list view, then we have our the image URL. So let me just use Circle avatar. So in Circle avatar, we have the background image. Sorry, did I make a mistake here? Oh, sorry, it's list style instead of list view. It's list style, not list view. So leading, so session manager, sorry, network image, then session manager dot sign in users dot image URL. So image URL like this. So we have this. So if you check, we have something created already. So the next thing, I will just put the title as the email address, and no, I will put the title as the username and the subtitle as the email address. So we just have the session manager username, yeah, then subtitle as email, so email address here. So we have this. So if I refresh the Flutter app now, if you check, we have this already. So you can see the image URL, the username, the email address. So I can now also put sign out button. So let me just put the sign out button at the trailing part. So I can say icon.button. So instead of sign out, we now have sign out device. So this sign out device, we sign out from the device that we are currently in. So they sign out all device that the user is signing, and we have sign out device to just sign out from this current device that the app is running. So now once the app is signed out, you want to navigate back to this sign up button. So I will just use the then functionality to check if the sign out is successful. So you can now say navigator dot push replacement, then navigate to the sign up button. So we have that. So for this, I'm just make use of this mounted to avoid the context switch. So now we can test our app. Let me refresh. All right, so we have this already. So welcome to Serverpod. So we have the user name, email, and everything. So if I sign out, so you can see now that he has logged out user. So if I refresh the app again from scratch, you can see that we are currently on sign in with user. So now when users are creating an account, as the owner of the project, you want to see the number of projects. You want to see the number of users that you have on your application, and also how can you track the user registration and all. So Serverpod, we can make use of this Postico to display all the data entry in our server. So with this, you can just download this Postico, then I will teach you how to set it up. So once you download it, the link also will be in the description. So once you have it downloaded, just install it normally. So once you install it normally, I will open it up on my application, and because I already have it, so Postico, so just open it up. So once you open it up, then I will create a new server now, or let me create a new server. So once you have a new server now, so you give the server a nickname. So I'll just give it fintech to do, like this. So fintech to do, the host is localhost by default. So the port, so now the port, now you have to navigate to the server. So if you check the server, and go to the config folder, you see the development where we have all the localhost, the port, the name, the user, and all sorts, and we have the password here as well. So now if we go to the development, you can see that we have the API server here. So for the database as well, we have the host, which is localhost, and we have the port, which is 8090. So I'll be making use of this 8090. So just open Postico. So for the port, it will be 8090. For the database, I will still use, if you check the database here, is still fintech to do. So I'll just make use of the fintech to do that I have here. And for the user, is Postgres. So I will just copy that and use Postgres. And for the password, just come to the password.yaml file. So we'll be making use of this password, the database password. So just copy it. So once you copy that, put it in your password, then click on connect. So this will connect to the server. As you can see that our fintech to do app is connected already, and we can see the user entry. So now I can come to this Serverpod user info. So you can see this user that I've created. So I can let me create a new user so you can see how it works. So let me create let me just write, okay, TechWithSam, then samuel@gmail.com. I'm writing a password, Samuel. All right, so sign up. So verification code, let me check my server log. So this is the verification code here. So open up my Chrome. This is the verification code, sign in. So as you can see, oh yeah, this is another bug. We need to navigate to the new screen after the user sign in. So if you check the main dot, that immediately the user sign in, we are not seeing anything, we are just printing the user sign in. So for that, let's navigate to the home page, I mean our dashboard or our home screen. So once I navigate to that, immediately a new user sign in, we can see the data. So we can see now in this Postico, if you refresh, you will see the updated user table here. So you can see, let me just show you. So this is the new user entry. You can see that already 2 here. You can see TechWithSam, Samuel Adekunle here. So this is the 2 user entry that we already have here. So that is how it works basically. So you can sign in to actually check it out. So let me try and create a new account again to test if everything works as it ought to. Alright, so let's create a new account again. Alright, so this is the account. So let me log out. Okay, so let me sign in again. Let me write Sammy. Just write Sammy@gmail.com. Password, this is Sammy. Let me sign up. Okay, does the email already exist? No. Let me try and use another password. My password. Okay, so verification code has been sent. So let me copy the verification code. Let me paste it here. So sign in. So you can see now that we are navigated directly to our home screen. So now let me check the Postico to see if the data is updated. So let us refresh. So now since we have refreshed already, you can come to this Serverpod Authentication. make sure you, okay, this is the refresh table here to check it. Sorry, this is the refresh table to check. So this is the refresh to actually refresh the table. So the table has been refreshed already. You can see the three users that we currently have on our project. So this are the three users. So you can use this to track the data of your user. You can see all the information: ID, user identifier, username, full name, which is none because we are not sending it, then email, created at image URL, scope, and block, and all sorts. So that is pretty much it about Serverpod authentication. In case you want to set up Google sign-in or Apple sign-in, you can just refer to the documentation here. It's pretty straightforward. The link also will be in the description below. So make sure you watch this video to the very end to understand the work process and how to ensure all bugs are resolved. Also, in case you have any question, make sure you drop your question on the Discord server. You can also drop it in the comment section below. Make sure you like the video. Also support this channel by subscribing and giving it a good comment. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned one or two things. We'll be meeting in the next video where we'll be building the CRUD operation, that is create, update, delete, and read functionality for our fintech to do app. Till then, make sure you stay tuned. Bye.